Personal hygiene and the food hygiene. Here we will learn that what are the basic hygiene rules which should be followed in order to get the proper and nutritious food without carrying any germs. So let us see here. Basic thing is given in the hygiene which we know: trimming of nails, proper haircut, and then washing your hand before your meal, brushing your teeth twice a day, taking a bath regularly. Then here it is also mentioned that we should look after our all the aspects of health, like social, mental, psychological, and other aspects of the life. We should get a positive perception, and along with the positive things we should know how to deal with the negative things also, by turning it into positive, or just how staying calm in adverse situations also. So here, for good personal hygiene, as we have discussed it many times in our food nutrition dietetics, all this thing is given, like washing your body, cleaning the teeth, and then if like it is next is washing your hair, washing your hands, and keeping all the things clean, and making your clothes to dry in sun, because we know that sun has UV rays or ultraviolet radiations which kills the germs. Then suppose if you are sneezing or the coughing, then put in tissue, napkin, or handkerchief in your mouth, and put your mouth away from the person with whom you are sitting or talking with. These are certain hygiene which we follow. Then types of personal hygiene which should be followed by one person. First one is the toilet hygiene, like we know that wash your hands after someone is using restroom. It should be for 20-30 seconds, and we know that how to wash our hand by interlocking and rubbing each side, upper and lower, then washing the thumbs, and all these things which we have read in employability skill, and it is just mentioned there. Shower hygiene, which we take daily, and we can just see one thing, that in our Indian culture our parent always make us to do these things regularly. We should take shower regularly. Nails, it should be properly clean, shiny, and germ free, tidy. Proper look should be there. Teeth hygiene, your teeth should also be germs free, fold free. So you should brush your teeth twice a day. In case of any dental problem, meet to any dentist. Sickness hygiene, suppose someone is sick, at that time they can keep themselves a bit isolated to other person. If suppose it's the case of vomiting or sneezing or the coughing, then their waste stuff should be disposed properly, and the clothes which are used or the things which are used, that should be kept separated and properly. These should also be cleaned. Hand hygiene, we know that our hand carry germs when we handle different things. So these are the certain times when you have to wash your hand. Suppose you are handling certain food, before handling that food, wash your hand. After that, obviously you have to wash. Before you are eating, you should wash your hand. If someone is handling the garbage, they have to wash. Sneezing, if they are using their hand, at that time also. If suppose someone is touching any animal, and other things are also mentioned which should be followed, and at that time also we should wash our hand. Food hygiene and sanitation. Now here is the aspect of, suppose someone is dealing with the food stuff. So we all have seen this thing in our kitchen done by our respected parent, or if we are lucky we have cook, then our respected cook also, they are also respected because they are making us to get feeded. We should respect everyone who is helping us in our survival, either in terms of giving us meal, in terms of keeping the things clean, or in terms of fulfilling our demands, like our father or mother or any of the family member. So now cleanliness has to be maintained while preparing the food. It's a proper preparation should be done with the hygienic technique, proper storage so that no germs or the other insects, pests can grow. And serving food and water, like you can't put your whole hand over inside the water, or food can't be served with a dirty spatula, and all these things are there. Some items that need particular attention when we are dealing with the food, like clean water. the ingredients which we are using, that should be in its purest form, and hygienic handling it should be required. Now suppose we are using water, then the feature of water is mentioned there: potable water which has the feature germ free, and we can say bacteria free, and it should contain proper ratio of dissolved salt and mineral. Environmental sanitation and safety, I think we are just having information about wherever the food is cooked, that place should be properly neat and clean. वो बहुत ज़्यादा साफ़ सुथरा होना चाहिए. देन इंटीग्रेटेड पेस्ट मैनेजमेंट एंड सेफ्टी, इसको बच्चों आप लोग अच्छे से पढ़िएगा बिकॉज क्वेश्चंस कैन बी आस्क्ड. What is integrated pest management? Like we are using insecticide, pesticides and so many chemicals to kill the pest. It should be done in order to increase our productivity, but it should follow eco-friendly approach so that its harmful effect could not get circulated to other animals or the organism which are feeding on those crop or those who are eco-friendly and staying on that particular field where the crop is being grown. So how it can be done? If we know about the particular crop and animal, उनके बारे में पूरा पता होना चाहिए. Then we should know which species of the pest infects them and pest की physiology and genetics. If we know, then we can use several eco-friendly chemicals or the natural things to just stop the growth of that particular pest. Like in bio, I think you all have heard about BT cotton या बैसिलस thuringiensis रेजिस्टेंट कॉटन. इसमें कुछ जीन ट्रांसफ़र कर दी जाती है प्लांट में, जिससे कि पेस्ट का अटैक होगा अगर प्लांट में, देन दैट पेस्ट गेट्स डाई. एंड वन मोर यूनिक थिंग अबाउट द पेस्ट इज दैट suppose if the pest attacks the crop, then this BT cotton gene will make that pest die, or we can keep the that alternative of that particular pest or disease causing organism. Like disease causing organism mosquito is there, and if we want to control its population, then in any of the water body where mosquito breeds, we can put gambusia fish which restricts, which eats the mosquito larva. So now we are knowing basic things about the crop and the plant. By using this, we can work over the pest management, we can control its growth. Next chapter is food adulteration. This chapter is very much interesting. In food adulteration, we will come to know that what are the things which are mixed in the food by several people to just gain the profit, but that those impurities are not good for us being as a consumer many times, and many times in both aspects, like consumer or in the aspect of that our health. Types of adulteration: intentional adulteration, incidental adulteration, and adulteration, the adulterants. Intentional means like someone mixes these adulterants like sand, marble, etc. intentionally to increase the amount of something, like putting water in the milk, and then in order to gain the profit from them. Incidental means like suppose here it is given meat, fish and milk, these are being sold by people, and certain way we don't know, and the microorganism has entered inside that. So that is the incidental adulterants. For checking it, we have several authorities. And one more thing, all these kind of short forms like PFA and all these things which is mentioned in your book, that should be learned by you either in this book or in the employability skill book. Like PFA Act is there to check the food adulteration, like Prevention of Food Adulteration Act, which was launched in year 1954. And but this act came into force from June 1st 1955. 1954 में बना and 1st June 1955 से रन करने लगा. We can see here FCSSAI, and this trademark you can see everywhere. Here Food Safety and Standard Authority of India इसको हम बोलेंगे, which checks all the food stuff which is available in the market after passing the test of their guidelines or their uh, whatsoever criteria they have kept, any food can be sold in the market. What are the criteria which it keeps in mind? If it is not of the nature, substance, and quality which is